Haven't done one of these in a while. You know it's gonna be a good day when a box that looks like this comes to your house. What is up, critters? DenDenBMX here, and yeah, unfortunately it's true. I really did that. I'm not proud of it, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. You know, despite the buyer's remorse, this is a pretty nostalgic moment. I don't know if you guys remember, but one of the very first guitar videos I ever made was unboxing a brand new Epiphone. Except, you know, that one wasn't $1,200. But no more dilly-dallying. Let's open this thing up. I'm sorry, Sweetwater, I'm not gonna wait. I waited all day to do this. I'm not waiting any longer. Oh yeah, that's right. In the video where I unboxed the Epiphone, it was also from Sweetwater. It's like we're coming full circle, guys. Losing my mind. Ugh, yeah. Ugh, yeah. Yeet. There's all the goodies. Happy New Gear Day. Thank you, Sweetwater. Yeah, shout out to Sweetwater. There's the sticker. I love these stickers. I put them on my bike because they look so cool. Yeah, I did buy this from Sweetwater. Shout out to Sweetwater. It's my favorite place to buy a brand new guitar. I'm glazing them up out of the kindness of my heart. They're not sponsoring me or anything. They should, but they're not. I forgot Sweetwater does the boxception thing. Get out! Come on, you little hoe. I don't have enough room. Yarg. Now it's time for box number 2. That's interesting. It says hot on top of the box. Your mom must be in here. Of course I'm kidding. I'm not kidding about the fact that she's hot. She's a very nice lady. Ugh. But what comes in this box is pretty dang hot, I can't lie. Hot enough to make me spend $1,200 on an Epiphone. Oh boy. I love big, giant boxes. Oh, it does come in a case. The Sweetwater guy lied to me. Well, he didn't lie. He just said that they don't come in a case, but there's a case in here. I was gonna say, if I paid $1,200 for this guitar and didn't get a case, that'd be a little bananas. But no, we definitely do get a case. This is my guitar, so I get to look at it first. I don't make the rules. Woo. So I'm gonna enjoy this to myself for a second. While I'm doing that, you guys definitely go down there, leave a like, leave a comment, share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. And once I feel like you guys have done enough of that, I'll let you guys see it. Ooh, shit. Ooh, it's so soft in here. This certifies that your new instrument has passed Sweetwater's 55-point inspection and is ready to play. Thank you for your business. No, thank you, Sweetwater. We're having such a nice ass. It's kind of in tune. That's a good sign. Let's see, y'all. Get rid of that bubble. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit. That looks way better than I already thought it was gonna look. All right. I think I'm done cucking you guys. I know only Sneeko likes that. Ooh, it's light too. Damn. Let me introduce you all to the brand spanking new 2024 Epiphone Les Paul Custom that now comes with the Gibson open book headstock. Oh, dude. Okay, maybe I don't have as much buyer's remorse anymore. All right, friends, before we talk about this guitar and, of course, play it, I think we need to get a really nice B-roll montage with this thing first. Especially so we can really show off this open book headstock. Oh, that looks cool. Shit. As always, thank you guys for all the recent love and support you've shown me on all my videos. It truly means a lot. It keeps my G-string in tune, if you know what I'm saying. If you guys go on to enjoy this video, definitely let me know and help the engagement on this video by leaving a like. That really helps a smaller channel like mine compete with people like Trogley, Plain Trade Guitars, Andertons, the Guitaristas, people like that. Definitely leave a comment. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. What do you guys think about Epiphone's new line of guitars? Share the video around. And if you regularly watch this channel but you haven't already subscribed, then I'm going to tell Mark you're not playing authentic. I don't think he's going to enjoy hearing that. You guys heard about what he did to the last person who didn't play authentic, right? I'd lock your doors. But I am done being a tool. Now, these last few months, I have been rather active on the Epiphone group pages. And if you've seen me on there, maybe you'll know I haven't exactly been biting my tongue when it comes to my distaste for Epiphone's recent price hikes. So if you think these brand new Epiphones are ridiculously overpriced, don't worry. I get it. But then people actually started getting those guitars and all these newer, more recent $1,200, $1,500 Epiphones. And some people were very adamant that these guitars were a big upgrade and a big step up from the previous line of Epiphones. But then I saw other people who were getting these guitars not really having that sentiment. And that's why I bought this brand new $1,200 Epiphone Les Paul Custom. I wanted to find out for myself if the quality of these new, more expensive Epiphones are actually a step above what they were doing before. And when I posted that I got this guitar in the Epiphone group pages, a lot of people were like, cool. What's the difference between this and the cheaper one other than the headstock? And that is a very good question. So let's actually talk about the specs on this guitar. So the 2024 Epiphone Les Paul Custom obviously comes with a mahogany body and a mahogany neck. And here's where we're going to run into our first difference between this Epiphone and the old one. This one has a full maple cap on it. The more affordable Epiphone Les Paul Customs are just a mahogany body. But on this new Epiphone Les Paul Custom, they wanted to have the exact same specs that the current Gibson Les Paul Custom has. And the current one has a maple cap on it. So this one comes with a maple cap. This one also comes with a particularly smooth and very nice looking ebony fretboard. Another difference between this and the $799 version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom, this new one comes with the exact same neck profile that the Gibson Les Paul Custom comes with, which is more like a 50s rounded C shape, but it is a little bit thinner and a little bit flatter than that in my opinion. I have had a couple of those Epiphone 1959s. I know what that rounded C feels like, and I didn't really like it. I'm not a big fan of big neck shapes, and I thought that one was just a little bit too big for me. And I was honestly kind of disappointed when I heard that this one's going to come with a bigger neck. I still do wish it was thinner, but it's not like a Zakk Wylde Epiphone Les Paul Custom, okay? It's not like a baseball bat. They didn't get a California redwood and just cut it in half and be like, that's the neck profile. It's a bit more full than the 60s Slim Taper, but it is a bit thinner than the 50s Medium C. This guitar comes with 22 medium jumbo frets, as is tradition. Now, Epiphone is a little notorious for not having the best quality control, especially when it comes to the frets. A lot of Epiphones, even the ones still made these days, can come with uneven frets or can even come with some fret sprout. I'm happy to say that the frets on my particular example are very level. There are no flat or dead spots anywhere on this guitar. And while my particular example does not have any fret sprout, which is a good thing, I still think the fret ends could be cleaned up just a little bit more. Moving up on the headstock, we've got a Graphtec nut. As you can see, one of the biggest changes and possibly the biggest drawing point to these new Epiphones is that they come with the Gibson open book headstock. And I like that it's more akin to the 70s style Gibson headstock, the one that's bigger and it's a little bit sharper as opposed to the 50s ones that are a little smaller, a little more rounded off on the horns. As you can see, we still have the 3-screw truss rod cover, which is, I don't really care anymore. That used to really bother my OCD, but it's just an extra screw. And then of course, one of my absolute favorite parts of a Les Paul Custom is the full-size diamond inlay. I think it looks beautiful, especially considering that another upgrade to these newer Epiphones is that they come with real mother-of-pearl inlays. So the Epiphone logo, the diamond inlay, and the inlays on the fretboard are all made of real mother-of-pearl. And I think this is the first guitar I've ever gotten that has real mother-of-pearl inlays, because these look crazy. Like, whenever I heard people talking about that, I was like, what's the difference? I don't really care. But there is quite a visual difference between real mother-of-pearl and pearloid. These are quite shiny. Another change is that these have a one-piece neck. I do not believe there is a scarf joint anymore on Epiphones. Some people think that is an upgrade, but I kind of feel a little bit safer when my Les Pauls have a scarf joint, because if the headstock breaks, which is a very real possibility, it's more than likely going to break on the scarf joint, and that makes it a lot more of an easy repair. Also, this guitar comes with the classic Grover tuners, and for some reason, they still put the horrendous kidney button tuners on this one. I thought you guys wanted to make this one look like the Gibson. Doesn't the Gibson one have keystones? Like, is Epiphone allergic to having keystone buttons? I don't understand. It should be a law that Gibsons have keystone buttons, not kidney buttons, because kidney buttons look like tumors. It looks like a little boob. It looks like a bell end. Another big upgrade, possibly the biggest upgrade to these new Epiphones, is that they come with Gibson pickups. Now, the Epiphone 59s did, of course, come with burst buckers. But the new Epiphone 59s with the open book headstock, those come with custom buckers. And the new Epiphone Les Paul Customs come with the exact same pickups that come on the Gibson Les Paul Customs, which are the 490R and the 498T pickups. I think it would have been a lot cooler if it came with custom buckers. Even though I've played some pretty atrocious sounding sets of custom buckers, I know that a lot of people really aren't the biggest biggest fan of the 490R and 498T. I personally like them because I like playing a lot of high gain stuff. It's still an upgrade, but I think it could have been an even bigger upgrade. Of course, it comes with the Epiphone tried and true lock tone hardware. It's just a nice little quality of life feature that makes changing strings just a bit easier. Oh no, my meme went away, shit. Don't quote me on this, but I believe it comes with a Switchcraft switch and a Switchcraft jack, as well as coming with 4 CTS pots with Mallory capacitors. And now Gibson and Epiphone have claimed that all the wiring on these guitars are hand done, but I have seen some people claim that the wiring is just the quick connect stuff. You know what? I got a screwdriver right here. Let's find out for ourselves. Let's see here. Interesting. I mean, I do suppose it could still be hand wired, but there is some quick connect stuff in there. Also like the new Epiphone Gibson custom shop like logo thing that they put on the cover. So when it comes to just the specs of this guitar, I do think it is an upgrade from previous Epiphones, but I don't know if it's an upgrade that justifies a $300 to $600 premium. Now I did get this guitar from Sweetwater and they do that like 55-point inspection stuff, so I wasn't necessarily expecting to get a bad example when it comes to like setup. And the setup on this one that I received is pretty freaking nice. I don't know if that's Epiphone straight from the factory or if that's Sweetwater sprucing it up a bit before they sent it to me, but the setup on my particular example is pretty freaking nice. But I think we have talked far too much. Why don't we actually go play this thing and see what it sounds like? Alright, goobers. We'll start with some low gain stuff to please all the grandpas. We're recording. Put a little stank on it. There we go. That should get rid of all that feedback. Always forget to do that. Let's go to a clean channel before we go crazy. Alright, now let's have some real fun. I will say, the Grovers that came on my guitar seem to be a little touchy. I don't know if that last bend was high enough. Now that I've gotten one of these brand new Epiphones in my hands, do I still carry the same negative opinion about them? No. No, I do not. Do I think it's worth the $1,200? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go and outright say that this is worth every bit of the price I paid for it. It's a pretty significant price hike from what Epiphone's previous most expensive guitar was. And while I do think that the specs and the quality control of this particular example of the new Epiphones is improved, I don't know if the specs and quality control alone completely justify the price of this guitar. Now, me saying that might just be enough to convince people that it's not. Because while no, not every guitar that comes from a factory is going to be perfect, every mass-produced guitar is going to have some bad examples. But that being said, so far the reception that I've seen from these new Epiphones seems to be like right down the middle. It's like half the people that have gotten these new Epiphones think they're worth it, and half the people that have don't. And I think that there not being more of an overwhelming positive reception to these guitars is going to be enough to convince some people that they're not worth the price hike. Which is completely fair. I think if you're going to be releasing a new line of guitars that is $300 to $600 more expensive than your previous most expensive guitar, it should probably have some pretty significant QC and spec upgrades. And while this one does have some nice upgrades that are above even the previous Epiphone 59, I'm not too sure if those upgraded specs just justify the price hike on its own. I think in order for me to really come to a solid conclusion, I'm going to have to compare this guitar to two of my guitars that I already own. The first guitar that I want to compare it to is to the previous model of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom. In my next guitar video, we're going to put the $800 version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom up against the brand new $1,200 version of the Epiphone Les Paul Custom. But that's only one of the comparisons we're going to be making. This is my LTD EC1000T CTM in vintage gold satin. This guitar is a much more modern take on the Les Paul Custom. I paid $1,400 for it, and I think it's worth every penny. So we are going to compare this guitar to the brand new 2024 Epiphone Les Paul Custom, and we're going to see if this guitar can keep up with the other guitars in the price range that Epiphone has put this thing in. But overall, I would say when I ordered this guitar, I did have a little bit of buyer's remorse. But once I received the guitar and I've actually gotten to play it for a couple days, that buyer's remorse has waned quite significantly. I still can't really say for sure or not if this guitar is or is not overpriced, but so far, I'm having a pretty good time with it. And I think with that, we are going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Real quick, I want to give an enormous shout out and a thank you to Cosmic Steez, A Horse Running, Jet, Solar Flare, Jan Chocolate, Bandage Knives, Sunil Verma, and Rob Heath. Those are my current channel members. Their support really does mean a lot. If you want to join these guys, get a shout out in my longer videos, get access to my members only videos, most of which are guitar videos, and just help support the channel in a bigger way, then you can go down there, click the join button. Tiers start as low as 3 schmeckles. But if you don't want to join a membership and you still want to support the channel in that way, just as like a one-time thing, there's the super thanks button down there. It's like a little tip jar. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, once again, let me know. Help out the engagement on this video by leaving a like. Definitely leave a comment. Give me your thoughts and opinions. I'm very curious as to what you guys think. Share the video around. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. And then hit the bell notification as well. That way you can be notified when I make the videos comparing this new Epiphone to the older Epiphone and to this LTD. But I am done being a tool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.